Welcome to the world of BWizArt, where AI dreams become reality. Let us create.
BWiz here again, the i4AI channel. And today we're going to be going over the LTX 2.3 IC LoRA workflow. So now basically what this is a video reference to video workflow. So and then uses the OpenPose ControlNet here in order to steer the video's motion and direct things the way you want to. So, you can guide the motion and the pacing, just the overall feel, while you're still pushing for a new look and, making it go in a different direction. So it's a really useful setup, if you want to keep the energy and, the structure of an existing video clip and then just restyle it and enhance it, or, turn it into something better suited to your cinematic needs. So yeah, one of the biggest benefits in this workflow is going to be the ability to preserve the camera movement and the rhythm, and this can make the results feel a lot more natural and intentional. Now in the future we'll also do some more workflows based around a frame to frame type guidance, which is a little bit different than this, but for now we'll be using the RunComfy.com workflow. So you can either run it using the RunComfy.com cloud, which will have all the models, everything set up for you, or you could download the workflow and run it locally, however you want to do it. And so today we're going to be going over some of the examples that I've created, or that have been created, and then I will also create, I think, 2 different example samples, and we'll go over those and just outline the basic usefulness of this feature and what you can hope to produce. Yeah, check it out. So here I have this workstation set up to showcase some of the examples here, and so we'll go ahead and turn the sound on, and you can see. Okay, so there's no sound on these ones, and I'm not sure if that's going to be per the case for every video. I'm not sure if these examples just didn't have sound, but after I get done reviewing these, I'll actually be able to show you my own examples and what I used it for, some of the use cases that maybe other people will probably be using it for. But anyway, here we go. You see the input image here, and then we've given it a motion reference just to guide the actual motion of the character itself. And so yeah, this is basically the setup that they used was a basic image and then another motion guided clip, and you can see she's running perfectly in tandem, the hair's flowing the same way. So that basically just uses that as a input image and steers your video motion. And so once again, this is the same character setup. Actually, it did increase her hair length, I can see that in this one example. So yeah, you could see that it did its best to kind of use OpenPose in order to steer the ControlNet and make it kind of react the way they wanted it to here, which, like I said, I do want to do a frame by frame to show you guys how that works as well. But this IC LoRA is the first one we have set up on RunComfy.com right now, so if you want to check it out on RunComfy and use it in a cloud-based interface, then you can just go follow the link in the description and you'll find the actual workflow. So yeah, that's about it for this. I'm going to go ahead and run some tests of my own and see what we can produce. So here we are, we're running the actual workflow itself inside of RunComfy. And you see here I've uploaded, so we got the image there, and notice it does have sound as far as the reference video, so let's see if the output has sound as well. And I've basically just used this image of the mask just to see what kind of character reference it can create using these inputs. So let's go ahead and run it and skip forward to see what we can produce. What it's done here is use the input video and then created a OpenPose segment highlighting the keyframe of his body. And So I imagine that's what it will try to do to the best of its ability. So think maybe along the lines of, if you wanted it to maintain consistency, you might try to actually take a input of this actual video, take a screenshot of it, and then place your character in that scene. That way it recreates the scene in exact form, and then also probably using the prompting a bit to steer that, which actually, now that I mentioned the prompting, I actually didn't test the prompting. See, it says it's a girl walking, so that's not going to be beneficial. We're going to go ahead and put, we're going to go ahead and use the mask character walking or dancing down a flight of stairs. Like I said, because we want to actually define the video and put it something similar, just using the character change. And you know, that's definitely possible with other, you know, with WAN and some various other models, but, you know, I'm just testing it here. So we'll go ahead and run this again, and then we'll actually see the output. For the purpose of this tutorial, I wanted to highlight the fact that I increased the frame load cap to 185 from the original amount. And then I also increased the skip frames in order to skip ahead to a portion of the video that I actually wanted to segment. So I did want to let that be known that I did have to do that. And yeah, so after it sets up the DW open pose, and it'll go ahead and start K-sampling that, and we can see the outcome. The DW open pose segment has finished, and now we have more about, you can see our character here, the DW open pose dancing, and hopefully along with the prompt, with the masked character dancing down a flight of stairs, we'll get something similar to what I'm ultimately trying to accomplish. Guys, so this almost didn't make the video, but it was a test, and nonetheless, the test did work. We do have sound, but I'm not really... Yeah, that's definitely... It looks a little bit like Kim Jong-il, I'm not gonna lie, and it definitely did not keep the reference, so... We'll see what we can do to tweak this real quick. Let's see. I'm thinking it's going to have to be in the prompting because... Oh, and then also, it did kind of, in resizing the image, it did actually wind up cutting off his face. So we'll go ahead and put 1280 on that too for height. That way we keep his face so it's not cropped out. The mask character... Let's see, green face, the mask. And, well, there actually is a flight of stairs in the exact moment that I'm thinking about, where he's dancing in a fiesta cha-cha type of way. Anyway, though, that actually is taking a flight of stairs, so that's actually probably better. So let's go ahead and just run this and see what we come out with in the end. Let's see if we can get something a little better. So yeah, make sure it did keep his face this time. During the preview, I see down here it kept his face. So yeah, let's just let this run. Yeah, there's his face. So let's see if we can get a little bit closer to the reference image here with this little fix. So coming back to it, I think it understood the challenge, but kind of still skewed a little bit on the quality of that overall output compared to what I really had in my mind. Sorry if you are unable to hear that too long, didn't read. Didn't really quite captivate me to the best of its abilities, but let's go ahead and run one more test and see what we can come up with. For the next one, I'm going to be using the actual, it's a video of a Viking, like an EDM dance festival. And we'll see what it can do when it's given an input with multiple characters. So I'm going to upload that on in here, and let's see, I think I have it right here, Techno Viking. So we're going to put it in there, and we're going to leave it at pretty much the same, let's see, it should be a good time interval for it. And... okay, so it's still a little bit, you need to skip some frames on this one. So if you want to skip ahead, you know, and get to a certain aspect or a certain position in the video. So there we have our spiking guy. He looks like he's about to start the dance. That's our main character right there. Yeah, here he is right there. It's the main character. Let's go ahead. About 1400. Let's get to where he starts actually kind of dancing and whatnot. Yeah, let's skip ahead some more. Looks like he's just kind of bebopping along there. I want to get where he's actually dancing, so that way we can kind of... Sorry, it's a little bit further into the video than I thought. There he goes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that clipped at 185 frames, so... of dancing there, and let's see, let's use the mask. We'll use the same mask character. Instead of dancing down a flight of stairs, we'll put instead street rave dance. And we'll go ahead and run that and see what we come up with. To it here, I like how it actually wound up doing this with bypass. I was just testing that. So yeah, it did keep the audio. It used the open pose to detect, you know, how we wanted the image or the video to be rendered. Now the only thing I can say is it's a little bit lacking in quality, which can be messed with certain settings and things like that, and then also just playing with prompting and overall fidelity. But yeah, I really like this test. Nonetheless, I think we did some covered some really good use cases for this model, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. If so, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.